This is the MEXC chart. So having the right charts is very useful. Okay, so this is a combined chart. This is all three exchanges, and then I'm just going to just do some quite very simple analysis. Volume. Okay, and let me just compare it with this one. This is MEXC. This is the higher range. This is the overall range. And MEXC from launch. Okay. Slightly, I mean, it's giving us some different information actually, isn't it? This actually, this range looks like the combined range, doesn't it? And the value area looks very similar. Although here it kind of passes, it goes way over, and here you can see it's the value area is actually slightly wider. And then you've got the overall volume, and actually you need to see the overall volume and the overall price action, because here you can see that we've had some kind of impulsive move as well. So you kind of need both. I think I'm just going to continue my analysis on MEXC just because MEXC has the highest volume in any case. But for volume, I could refer to the combined chart if one of the other exchanges increases in volume. Let me just get rid of this previous data. I've got a lot of stuff that I've hidden. I might have to go through it just to see. So we have, effectively, we have the current range, and then we have the overall range. And then we have two volume profiles at the moment. We have the overall volume profile, and then we have the current range. And we're kind of in a flat correction. You can see we're kind of going flat. And so I originally did this, which was some kind of EW count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some kind of corrective move here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some kind of corrective move here. Possibly a 1 here. And then this 2, I'm not sure. Maybe it's flat. Or maybe we're still corrective. Maybe we're still correcting. We have an impulse. It's hard to know. This looks quite impulsive, huh? This kind of move from here. If that was the 1, 2, 3, 4, could that have just been the 5 here? To complete your wave 1, and we're just having a continued correction here. That's possible. And the reason why I think it's possible is because the rules, Elliott Wave rules apply. The 4 doesn't come underneath the top of the 1. That's correct. The 3 is not the shortest. And the 2 doesn't come underneath the starting point here. So that's possible. And that's the final 5 impulse. That's possible. And then we're just correcting. And so this, or you could argue that this is just the first wave of the 5. And this is the 2. I don't think so, actually. Just looking at it now, it's always good to look at things. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was your move right to the top of July, and then we're still correcting now. That looks more feasible. That's quite impulsive. There's 5 waves there. You can see 5 waves, just about. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. It's like 5 waves there. Let me see how it comes to the golden pocket. That's perfect, actually. Look, it's perfect. Because that could be a 5. That could be a 5. That could complete that first wave. I like that, actually. I don't mind that. It makes sense for the last wave to go up to the golden pocket and then stop. And so based on this idea, we have a really nice 3, we have a small 5 and a small 1. And that would complete your higher time frame 1, potentially. That's kind of what I'm imagining right now. That's your 1. And so we're now just correcting for a flat correction for a 2. 3, 4, 5. That's kind of what I'm imagining at the moment, right? Based on what I'm looking at here. I see the rules haven't been broken. That's really important. right? And I could be wrong. Yeah, just bear in mind this is very speculative. We, for reasons that I can't explain, we could still be going down. There's always a bearish Elliott Wave count unless we take the highs and we start pumping. And I'm not doing that because it's just a waste, not a waste of time, but I'm not considering bearishness. I'm considering bullishness at the moment. Does that make sense? If you have any questions, just ask me. So let's just kind of have a look at the higher time frame now. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your 1. Let me change the color. Let's go to blue. Then we're in a 2 now. And then what we really want is a 3, 4, 5. Now, if the 1 ended there, then the 4, if we get a back test, then that would be correct. The 3 can't be the shortest. Now, this is the 1, based on my idea that the 1 ends there. So if we have a 3 that's bigger, then we can have a bigger 5. And if we have a 3 that's shorter, then the 5 has to be smaller than the 3. So everything's going to be dependent on the next wave. If the next wave is a small 3, and then we have a 4, then the rules must apply, which means that the 4 can't come underneath the 1, which is the top of the 1, which is there, not there. Yeah, because you're counting waves. That first wave ends when at the end of the final wave of the 5, not at the 3. Okay. So that's just kind of some theory for you. All right, so now we've kind of got that in mind. Let me just change that to that. Which one is this one? Retracement. Let me just get rid of these for now, and I'll kind of look at them again. Volume levels. Let me just compare my volume levels. I update these all the time. There's no real change. Yeah. Value area high, point of control, value area low, imagine it right at the bottom of the token launch. And then from the moment we come into this top part above the value area, I've drawn another volume pool just to capture the volume of this top part. Okay, just to see where the volume is in this top part. So we're ranging now above the overall range, above the overall value area high. This is actually really bullish consolidation. We're consolidating outside of the value area, above the value area high, and at the moment the point of control of this local range is exactly where the value area high is there. Yeah, so that's quite strong support now, because we have confluence. We have the value area high of the overall range, and we have the point of control. That's underneath the price, so I would consider that to be quite bullish. I would also consider it to be bullish that we're consolidating above the value area high. Yeah, I would consider that bullish. I like that we've had 5 waves here, which completes the 1. And so now I'll be thinking, okay, I'm looking for the 2 to complete, and then we can have another impulsive 3. That's what I'm thinking. And I don't know how that's going to look like. So that's what I'm imagining right now. Right. Let me just pull that into my EW, then I can hide it like that. Let's have a look at these. Let me just delete these now, and I can redo them. I can redo them if I want to. Yeah, some pullbacks, trend base. I can redo those. What's that correcting? I'm gonna chuck that into that folder. Fixed range. Get rid of these now. Then we can just put these into. It's at the bottom. What is that? High volume nodes. Okay, so pretty much ignore that for now. All right, so we've kind of got a really clean chart now. We've got our volume levels, and then if you do a volume pool, we've got the local volume level. The point of control of the local volume is the value area high, so I don't need to mark that off because that's pretty easy to see. And then we've hit this golden pocket twice, once, twice, 3 times almost. So it looks like we're consolidating underneath resistance outside of the value area high. We'll get rid of that. And it looks like there's a kind of a little bit of a trend line here, doesn't it? Or you could argue there's a little bit of a channel of sorts. Something like that. Possibly something like that. Kind of, it doesn't respect it here, but then it does. Goes up to the top. The midpoint is almost respected here. A little bit of a front run there. It's just good. I mean, channels aren't always correct, but it's good to kind of have an eye on them. Sometimes they're good. What else are we looking at now? All right, so let me just get the EW back up. Let me look at so the 618 on this first wave is the beginning of December. And then it goes up to the 1-to-1 towards the end of November. It's kind of timings, something like that. So there's a pivot here based on this wave coming at the beginning of December. These fib times are areas of time. They're not exact pinpoint times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So possibly what's happening here is some kind of ABC or WXY correction. Like that. Oh, 100%. Could this be 5 waves? No. Could it be more like this? Maybe like something like this. It looks like there's some kind of flat correction here, doesn't it? After we've completed the wave 1. Potentially with another up and down here. And, you know, we want to see impulsive price action, don't we? Have we started to have, is this impulsive? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. Because when I'm looking at the impulsiveness here, basically this is the wave 3. And it's going to be really impulsive. Yeah, you look at it. Really impulsive. It's like green candles. Like lots of green candles. And I don't know if I'm seeing that right now. So even though it looks, there was some impulsive buying here, I'm not really seeing impulse at the moment. Not like this. Okay, so I still think this is corrective. I don't know. This is all speculative. Yeah, this is all a perspective. There's different ways of like people see things differently. So I'm just kind of imagining maybe 1, 2, 3. Wait, ABC. Maybe the ABC is down to here. Don't know. ABC. 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 I don't know. Could it be to there? See up to there. Then could that be ABC to there? ABC to there. I mean, could this be it? Could that be the first wave? I mean, it's possible. It's possible that this is there, but the fib time would bring us here just based on this pivot. And you don't really know until it happens. Does that make sense? This is possible. And then if I do fib time here, let's say to there, to there. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think we're just kind of having a really nice flat correction here. We're coming up to some kind of time pivot, potentially at the beginning of December. And then what you want to see is an impulsive move. All right. So that's kind of what I'm doing this for myself, really. And I'm just giving commentary. All right. So the latest trends was talking about topping out at 42 this cycle. 42. Well, I don't know if I agree with that, just simply because of the way this is correcting. I would like to see more volume, but the volume is not bad in 24-hour period over 3, 4, 5, 6 exchanges. It was looking at 2 million. It's okay for a chart like this. I don't think it's too bad, to be honest with you. So what I think I can do, it's just based on this fib. So I'll do a couple of things. I've obviously got this channel in mind, yeah. And actually with this channel, what I can do, let me just, yeah, just put this, let me see where it lands down. No. Let me try something else. I actually think that one's better. Just from the bottom of the launch to the top with the midpoint there. That, for me, that's a much better channel. Yeah, the midpoint is, you see how I drew it? Just from the launch price there to the top. I like this one. So you lose it here at the midpoint here. The midpoint isn't 100% exact, but it is really, isn't it? When you look at it, it wicks through, and this is the 3-day chart. So if you go in the daily chart, it's going to look slightly different. And obviously, the higher the time frame, you'll see it looks like there is right now on the 3-day chart. It looks quite good. Could that be lower like that? Slightly lower. One thing I like about it is that the first 3-day candle closed at the midpoint. Then the price has been trending on the top of that midpoint, and it's been going up. Looks like we're kind of trending up onto some kind of support channel. So I do wonder if we go up to the top now on an impulsive move. Right, so then we're going to do some trend-based fib extensions. Let me get my EW back up. So let's do it from the 0 here. 2.618. That's fine. To the one here. A 1-to-1 will actually take us nicely. If we were to go now. .618. Let's have a look at this move here first. Took us to the two. See, this move from here to here went all the way up to the 2.618. Right, that was your wave 3, and then it pulled back. How did it pull back? Well, from where we started here, it pulled back to the golden pocket for another for the final wave, and the final wave took us to the golden pocket. See that? So the pullback from here to here was a 2.618, took us all the way back to the golden pocket for another impulsive move to the golden pocket, and that completed this wave. So there is respect here for the 618, and this was quite an expansive move, and now we're in some kind of flat correction after we've expanded. And it's quite bullish right now because we're consolidating above the overall value area high, and this local range value area high, this local range point of control also corresponds with the point of control here. We see this midpoint of this channel is kind of somehow holding the price, and we're coming up to some kind of time pivot which should end this correction, right? So I think everything looks good on this token for a move to the upside, especially in the context of Bitcoin and the bullishness of Bitcoin right now. So what I'll do here, I'm trying to kind of find some targets for us, something that makes me confident about this move, the next move. So I'm just going to do it from the wave 3 down to the end of the 4. 618 takes us back to the high, and a 1-to-1 here will take us to 73 cents. And then if I pull in my fib time, something like that. It's like 1,000% increase in value. So you're going from what was the market cap? 45 million. You're going a 10x on that. So by the end of this expansive move, you're ending up with a $450 million token if the price can get up to 1.55. I kind of disagree with the latest trends. I kind of disagree with you. I don't think 42 cents makes no sense. Yeah, because you're just saying we're going to go up to here and then fall back down. I don't think that makes sense in the context of what we're seeing, because we've had 5 waves, which is your wave 1. And when I look at this wave 1, it was only 876 or so % increase in value. In the context of a new token, which is RWA, and which is showing bullish structure, I think that's quite conservative. And so I think actually maybe the next wave, the wave 3, is going to be bigger. Okay, that's what I think. It makes sense. It'd be really weird for it to be a weaker wave 3 here in the context of Bitcoin going crazy all season about on our doorstep, Bitcoin getting rejected from 60% Bitcoin dominance. What you're suggesting makes no sense. I think what I would say is my targets here would be based on, at the moment, the top of this channel. And if I can get some confluence with some kind of fib extension on one of these pivots, that would make sense too. So the moment, if we can get up there by March, up to there would be good. And then we have to see, because we want to count waves too in this local. We want to see when the impulse begins, and then we want to start counting waves. That would give us a, maybe if it begins in December and heads up to March, by the beginning of March, peaks out somewhere at the beginning of March. Let me see. Now, obviously, I think if you break here, then you'll go up to the 1.618, and that's kind of what you'll be looking for. I wouldn't be looking for a crazy that would be really expansive. 1.618 is 3,000% increase in value. That would be really expansive. That would be really crazy. That would be like a mega bull. You would take profit there, because you'd have to really take profit here and there. But really, for me, this makes a lot more sense at the moment. Let me see if there's anything else. I'm looking at the 3-day chart here. If I go back to the daily, I could take the first day candle here, or the first expansive move here, and do a fib retracement. No, do it the other way. Not fond of that. Nothing. Well, I like this 1.618 here. Actually lines up nicely with this level here. That's nice. There's a little bit of an alignment on these ratios. That's just on the first candle. If I take the first 3 days, really, that first day was the best. Actually, just that first day, the launch day. Got a really nice alignment here. See that? Bound support there. I do like that. That's the 1.618 expansion of that first daily candle that printed just to the top, to the bottom. And higher up, I can't really see any confluence. I'd like to see some confluence. I can't really see it. But I do like this. I can't see an impulsive move just yet. I don't know if this is impulsive. It might be. That might be the beginning of the move. I don't know. It'll be a lot easier to know when we see more impulsive behavior, but if that was the beginning of the move, then you can also do a fib extension to there. And a 1-to-1 on that gives us, it kind of comes to our target there, doesn't it? See where I've got it there. 1-to-1. That would be a 1-to-1, huh? So effectively what I'd be saying is from there to there to there to there is a 1-to-1. And so you don't predict, you know, I'm not predicting this, but I am saying if it did happen and we did get there on time, then that would be the right place. Yeah. So it's just imagining where it could, what could happen. And if it happens, then you predicted it and therefore you would take profit. That would be where you take profit. So we have to see the impulse. Once we see the impulse, it's going to be a lot easier to know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to do also some other things here quickly. That's a 1 to 2, just from here to there. That's a 1 to 2. It's kind of in the same area, isn't it? 1 to 2. But we also have a little bit of an alignment here at the 1.618, which is the 1 to 1. So could you get wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Don't know. Something like that. The assumption is that we're going to have an impulsive wave, okay? Because if we go down, then everything changes. If the price now goes down, could happen. It could always happen. Could be pretty bearish. just to take the liquidity from this pivot here for the impulse to begin now. I wouldn't be fond of that. It'd be quite weak if it did that. So I'm not going to imagine it for now, but you lose the value area high and the point of control. If you lose this level here, then that's not great. It's not great at all, is it? So thoughts on that, anyone? Anyone have any thoughts? Let's have a look at these weekly candles as well. Let me chuck this into this whole EW and get rid of that. I've got the parallel channel. Sorry. volume levels and let me put my levels in now. Monthly level. We're at a monthly level here and here. So I think with the price action is actually tightening up for an explosive move. That's what it looks like. It's kind of coiling up, isn't it? It's like it's coiling up. And daily levels. High time frame levels, volume levels. I mean, there's quite strong support here, huh? Down here. If we get one more pullback, can't predict it, but you know, if you get a pullback, that's a really good place to buy. Really good place. And then the other thing I'm going to do here is just a box standard fib retracement from this launch price here to the all-time high. Kind of it corresponds with the 236 here. It's really strong support here at 0.082. Really strong support. Monthly level, got the 236, got the value area high. Did I put an alert there? By Propbase. Value area high. 236. So I mean, it might not happen, yeah, but that's really the best place to buy. If you get a pullback, this is really good. Wait for the reaction. Something like that. Really good ROI on that kind of trade if that happens. Big if. Yeah, that's a really good level there. I like that. I've set an alert. So that's an amazing trade. This one. There. And that actually would complete this EW potentially. So let me just see how that works out. Kind of looking for this to go lower than to there. ABC, ABC. Maybe this is more like this. This is more like this. Can go C there. It'd be a big pullback, huh? 33% decrease in value. It'd be a really good opportunity to buy. If it landed on the 4th of December, that would be a buy of a lifetime on Propbase. You're losing this channel, but you've got crazy confluence here on time. That would be amazing. So only if it happens. If it happens, that'd be a really good trade. All right. Let me have a look at some other things here. I look at the higher time frame, my indicators. Getting me a bullish divergence here on the CCI. And on the MACD, getting a little bit of bearish divergence. So a tale of two stories. This is bullish. Lower high here, higher high, higher low there. That's bullish divergence. But in the MACD, you know, you're going higher highs, lower highs. That's bearish. So a tale of two stories here. This is actually bullish on the daily time frame. Look at the CCI here. This is the double zero line reject. That's a continuation pattern on the CCI. The MACD is turning, yeah. And actually the MACD here, this is actually bullish. Look, higher low, lower low. This is hidden bullish divergence. So this is actually really bullish. I might buy some more Propbase. And so even though I think lower would be amazing by opportunity, just looking at this, I'm just thinking, oh my God, this looks quite good. Doesn't it? It looks quite good. Ether's just had a little bit of a pullback. All right, so that's Propbase. I think I'm kind of confident about Propbase. You know, could continue to accumulate. I'm not seeing impulse yet. This could be impulsive, but not sure. And then just looking at this chart, which I initially looked at. This is the combined chart. Flip the value area high into support, then off we go, basically. In this context, there's nothing really more to do here. This is a better chart. The MEXC chart is the better one. That's Propbase. All right, any questions on that? Latest trends you hear? You want me to have a look at ES? Are you still here?